Namatu Ratana Tayasa. May I pay homage to Triple Zem, the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. My respect goes to my parents and my teachers. Hello, good evening, everyone. Happy Easter. Easter Day. I hope that you are not going out and hunting for the Easter eggs because it's windy and rain. It says that 50 miles per hour this wind and going to be a little snow up in the mountains. Hope not here in the cities. Hello Margaret, good evening. Hello Emma, good evening. And everyone. So today is Easter Sunday. One of the wonderful days it's supposed to be. Now here comes spring. Yeah, snow coming as well. So spring. Spring just sprung in the English language, yeah. Spring just sprung and sprung just to bring a spring. Like a poetics. Spring is one of the beautiful time of the year, I would say. Like throughout the winter time, we were in a solitude, in a silence. I remember when I was writing one book in a Thai language and describing about the Scottish weather, and I was saying that all the plants and all the bulbs will take the retreat under the ground and everyone will be silent, taking a deep retreat. And then as soon as the winter just melts and spring began to sprung, and that moment then gradually everything just comes out, opening this very hard rocky field, coming out to see the nature, see the world. And as the sun hits, it just sprungs. Growth gradually develops, and you see in our field that we have planted so many trees, probably around 3,000 to 4,000 trees, and you see the buds are just about to coming out, and the beautiful green things is just merging. And if you go around walking, and again you will see the small lamps are walking and crying and following the mothers. It's beautiful. And you see all the daffodils are blooming all around. Isn't that beautiful? It's like a new life begins. And I presume maybe this is the way how it's been introduced in Christianity and become Easter, to celebrate the new life which coincide with the life of the Jesus who was resurrected. So it's like there is some sort of energy. It's a natural energy that pushing you, encouraging you to move on with your new life. It's like a energy that's automatically brings you a charming and a smile, rather than gloomy and complaining and unhappy moments that we had spent during the winter time. Everybody will be just squeezing themselves to find the warmthness and the miserable this weather. As the spring begins, the new life begins. Everybody began to smile. Everybody began to say hi, hello. Kind of giving, close hugs, although because of the COVID-19 we cannot give hugs one another. Unfortunately, I can't give a hug to any. Sadly, I remember Margaret said that, she didn't have a hugs when she was young, and then and nowadays she always want to hug her children. Hugging becomes one of the so important daily routines in our culture, particularly in the West. So this is a new life, new beginning. We should be celebrating. We should be, thinking of moving forward. Doesn't matter what's happened in the past, doesn't matter what have you done in the past, doesn't matter how terrible those moments were. It's a moment that energy is pushing you to grow, pushing like a flower that pushing through this earth, merging to emerge and gain this sunlight and blooming. Let's celebrate your life. Do not just go into this solitude and the silence and a retreat. And this retreat is self-confined prison for yourself that you're going through. Just open up and let go. And this is a new spring. Let's sprung. Let's bloom and bloom for the better and a good life. That's why I was telling 2 days that in order to blossom our life, we have to have a support, and having a good friend is like fullest or complete of our spiritual life. Like the Jesus, when he was kept in the cave, he was saved and by his followers, the good friends, and that's how he was resurrected. Similar way, we have to help one another to grow and resurrect from those sleepy moments, resurrect from all those traumas and all those bad memories. Just grow in the path that leads to the happiness. And this path is our choice. Because the energy that we have gained through this spring that sprung all over this area, and we have a choice to channel this energy towards which one way or another. It's up to you. It's up to you. And this evening when I was surfing on Facebook, Yvonne posted saying that I can tell you, but I can't take you. So similarly here, what I'm saying is that I can, there people can tell you what it is, but they cannot take you to there. We have to walk ourselves. We have to choose ourselves, and the choice is yours. And we know that through the psychological effects, this latent energy that is saved in our self-consciousness, as this spring begins, as we begin to move on to it, what happens that it's a new beginning starts. This latent energy that spring out, and it's gradually sprung, and this a new story begins. And this new story is the new life that we should celebrate. There are so many people have been through this difficult time and even spent so many months or so many weeks due to the COVID, and also due to the COVID, the lockdowns. People were just confined and locked in their own houses, like imprisoning themselves, and which has undoubtedly caused so many troubles. And how this spring is like, giving you this hidden, latent energy that's saved in yourself. Is let them come and celebrate. Walking the path, choosing the right path, and making a right decision to celebrate your life. Right? And in order to celebrate that, you have to believe in yourself that you have got this trust and this energy, so-called a self-trust that we were discussing yesterday. When we have the self-trust, then the energy automatically develops. I remember about 10 years ago when I was going through a few difficult times, like a study, setting up the temple, running the temple, and then both parents lost lose of those both parents. And I was going through that such a difficult time. One, there was loss of parents. Second, there was the hard work in the university, and then running the center. And I never thought that I will be running a center in those days. I was thinking that I will be a wild monk. I normally used to call myself like a modern monk. Modern monk here meant more than a monk. So that's my new explanation to myself those days, like a more than a monk. So basically living in the West, exploring things, and thought of traveling all around and learning things. But what happens? The situation changed, and had a belief in myself that I could do something better for the people here. And again, Rudy, she was fully confident in me and saying that if I stay over here, I would be able to help people here as well as in Asian countries too. So I had that belief, and I was supported by that thought, and I was able to work slowly but steadily. But having said that, I'm not claiming myself that I have got this great self-esteem or the trust and ability to run the center. I'm still learning. That's why I always tell to myself, one step at a time. Yeah? One step at a time. And I never say that, whenever things coming, whatever I have to make a decision, let's try. I do not say that it's perfect. I always say, let's try. In Thai, I normally call long do. Yeah, long do means let's try. And I never wanted to be a teacher, particularly the meditation teacher. I had this believe that meditation is such a very deep knowledge that one has to master and excel, and only then you would be able to teach others. But some people have said, and my close friends have said, that you never know that how good you are. Let's have a self-respect and a trust in yourself. And that's how I gradually began this journey, and I choose this path and walk on this step one at a time, one step at a time, one breath at a time. So gradually developing it. And this center, as we have moved in here since 2016, there's so many things happening and so many things going in. And meanwhile, there's so many people coming too. And each people has got their own agendas, their own understanding, their own knowledge. They want to change according to their knowledge. They want to have according to their knowledge. And I'm here thinking, goodness me, how I'm going to survive. How am I going to run the center? How I'm going to teach them? But since I have this self-respect and a self-trust, and gradually everything just falls in. So you have to have this self-trust to new beginning, new life. So this is the Easter. Thank you, Anish, and thank you, Margaret. Yeah. So that's why we need some supports. We need to support that a trust, and more so, you have to trust yourself that I can do. You can do. Like Obama, when he was campaigning for his presidency in America, he was saying, "Yes, we can." So you have to recite in yourself that yes, we can. Then gradually you will be able to move on with your life, rather than dwelling into the past and having a bath with the dirty water again and again and complaining about it. Okay? So this is a simple law that we all have to have it, and with this, basically, we will be able to move on for the better life. No one has done nothing wrong. Everybody has have done something wrong. That's why there is a Japanese story you may have heard, and I have told, I think, 1 or 2 times in the past, that whenever the beautiful ball cracks, in order to make it recycling it, by using this gold and sticking with the gold lines. So our life is like that, not seeing the cracks but seeing the gold. All those mistakes and all those miseries, all those bad memories are like a gold, shaping us to move on to the new life. There was one story that at the time of the Buddha, when the Venerable Ananda was going arms around early morning, and then when he was going arms around, there was a man who was called a Janusoni, who was the advisor for the King Pasandi. And it happened that around six or once a year, he normally wear with the white clothes, and everything is white. All the chariot is white, clothes are white, everything is white. It's like the majestically, he would drive through the cities, just to show that how prosperous he was and how well respected he was. And people, when they see him going through those, the cities, would say that, oh, it is like a divine. It's like a divine. And then when after the arms around the Buddha, Ananda went up to speak with the Buddha and saying that, is there any comparable such divine path that the Janusoni was having? And then in that case, the Buddha said that important that there is a path that we can choose to walk in. The path that you are walking into the miserable, or the path that you are walking towards the freedom and happiness. Sachin is saying that, what is the process to open center affiliated to your center in our place Pune and Mumbai? Oh goodness me. We can discuss this later. You can text me on message, so we can discuss that one. But I'm not sure I would be able to divide myself or clone myself to be here and there. Okay. So then the Buddha said that if you choose the wrong path, then you will be going towards this miserable path. and then become miserable, and everything becomes so unhappy, everything becomes so troubled. But in the same time, when you are walking into the right path, that path leads to the faith and the confidence within yourself. So the qualities that you have developed is become a faith and a confidence. And with this faith and a confidence, you will have a great wisdom to live life skillfully. And then and the faith and the wisdom becomes like a yoked evenly together, so leading you towards the right path. And then whatever action that you are taking is like, there is no such things taking you to the downside of it. You will be having a new life and new ways and new forms. So that's why the spring, not just let's see the spring outside with the blooming this daffodils and flowers and all the trees and seeing the lamps, new life. Let's see in yourself, inside you, within yourself, that will you be able to make a decision to move on to the new life or not? The lesson that you have learned, are you able to move on to choose this, and then finding the right path, the spring and sprung, celebrating this life that we have. Like I have come across few stories that we have our members. Some of our members went through very, very difficult time because of the COVID-19. They was very suffered. Some of them even spent so few weeks in the ICU. And there were a few members who were isolated in their own house, and they were coming and saying that, oh Achan, it's so terrible, so painful. And all what they were thinking, what they explained to me, that only one refuge was to think about all the chantings and think about all the Buddha Dhamma's talks and meditation. When they survive and when they come and they were talking about it and thinking of praising this meditation, praising these chantings and praising this Dhamma very highly. And even said probably just a word of mouth that, okay, I will be meditating more and I will be engaging in chanting more and I will be learning Dhamma more. And a few of them did continue to study, did continue to meditate, did continue to come and talk to me as well, quite often. But again, there are many who again, after a few weeks, they forgot. And they went back into the same cycle of those memory, those previous actions, and forgetting and not knowing themselves. So which is sad. So that's why take this opportunity to celebrate this Easter, this spring. Let's have a new life. And the new life that you already have, let's celebrate it and use every ways, every moment for the good and happiness of yourself. And this is the message that we need to hold on to us. Again, I'm going to repeat it before I'm going to end tonight's reflection. That first of all, think that we are having a new life. And a second, think that you have this great energy to change yourself. And this latent energy that is just about to spring out. And this energy, let's have a faith in yourself. Let's have a self-trust in yourself and make a decision that where you want to channel this energy towards for your own good and goodness of others. And that's how we should be celebrating our life. And I do know, it's like a meditation. It's very easy to say than done. And these again, what I'm saying here, similar too. It's easier said than done. But that doesn't mean that we can't. That doesn't mean that we can't move on, we can't change ourselves, we can't celebrate ourselves. All in the mind, as it says. It's up to us to begin, not by, okay, I will do it later. Okay, I will do it tomorrow. No. Do it now. Huh? And then it's like a DIY. Do it yourself. Nobody can do it for you, as Yvonne posted this evening. People can say to you, like now I am saying to you, but I cannot take you. It's you to decide. It's you to move on. It's you to change yourself. And that brings the happiness. And that brings the new life and celebrating it. And if you need any support from me and any other friends, just ask. Do not hold this Scottish view of not asking, or asking is shame. No, ask. Do not be shy. If you can't ask loudly, ask whisperingly. You can text nowadays, okay? Right, so with this, I would like to end here for tonight's reflection. May you all be well and happy, and may the Buddha Dhamma Sangha bless you. So this is Easter evening. May you all have a new life, new beginning, and eventually have a successful life. In a few moments' time, we're going to have evening chanting and guided meditation. You're most welcome to join with us. Until then, good night and see you shortly. Sadhu. Thank you.